Let me do something. Why not?
Always on my mind, wherever get voice. What's up, beautiful people? You're welcome to the Vibe Zone with the Vibe Queen, and yes, you're live on Voice Too. Guys, today we're going to be digging it to some very good oldies. Guess what, guys? This particular episode of the Vibe Zone promises to be amazing because I've got an amazing actor in the building. See, guys, don't worry. I'm not going to do all that. Introduce yourself. I have enough information, so I will go. As the bebelube that I am. And I remember when I spoke to Sam about this interview, was like, and I know Sam can be blunt like that. Sam was like, "Oh, it's not like if you're asking me what is your name, what school did you finish from, what Guinea-con, all those things that are already on Google." And I'm like, wow, you downgrade your game. How can you do that?
Never.
Anyway, guys, I've got Samuel Olaseyinde in the building. Well, so many of you do not know him as Samuel Olaseyinde. So many of you know him as Samuel Ajirebi. And for those of you who are wondering, Samuel Ajirebi, well, you know that superstar daddy that made our childhood, Pa James. Yes, I've got the amazing son of Pa James in the building. And you remember Papa just go and company. But yeah, so I've got the son of Pa James. But now, see, we're not going to be talking about Pa James because Samuel has gone ahead to make a name for himself. Samuel, let me tell you something. You know you're always whining me. If you say, yeah, star. I'm like, There was one day we went out and people were greeting. I was like, Samuel, I'm your handbag. Nobody knows me.
No way.
And let me tell you, I remember when our pages went down. I think my page went down before yours.
Okay.
And when your page went down, I'm like, today I've not entered 10K actually. Samuel, you're almost on 70K, like a new page. I'm like, somewhere till low. But we're happy that you still associate with us. Coming Biawa, you're still associating with us.
Stop that.
We really appreciate that. Anyway, guys, let me give you further introduction. Yeah.
Okay.
So this viral video, for those of you who do not speak Yoruba, you see that child that is always going viral once in a while. That people will say, this movie Igbanla Dogi. That's all like, Aratimoso Bami, yo lenyo.
I think that's
see how
Oluweri Magbojo.
That's Oluweri Magbojo.
Yeah. No.
Smart boy. Anyway, so guys, you know enough, Abi.
Okay.
At this point in time, you know enough. You know a lot about Samuel now. Samuel, you're doing well.
Thank you.
As an actor, as a writer.
Okay.
As a director, there was one time you did a debut to your directing
a feature film.
Yes, and also a lawyer. I don't even know how you did it, but you had all this talent in you from when you were a kid, and then you went ahead to study law, and then you came back into the industry. And so I'm going to ask you this question. Looking at how theater is going, the movie industry, we're always dragging ourselves online. So many people are always saying a lot of stuff. Okay. And you studied law. Law is quite reputable to so many people.
Yes.
Have you ever had a regret to say, Omo, I should just focus on this law instead of theater arts?
Regret? Yes,
yes, you're in the industry, but there's a lot going on. Actors are underpaid, and then the respect that they give. It's just now that we have people who are beginning to respect actors, right?
I understand.
Yes.
I understand. Actually.
But lawyer, if you tell anybody I'm studying law, I'm a lawyer by profession.
Okay.
So have you ever had that regret?
To start with, I do not think the respect and societal acceptance given to the legal profession is anyway more than what should be given to an actor too. Because being somebody who has seen the inside of both sides, I see that we actually have a more functioning movie industry
than
we have of a legal system. I mean, looking at it, in a country where the law doesn't work, where people get to pervert justice in broad daylight, and then lawyers can do nothing. And then, CJNs are being covered by presidential power, which ought to be separated. And then nobody's doing anything. And then you tell me that actors who have been able to conduct themselves without any governmental support, they deserve lesser respect than the lawyer. Nah, come on, stop that. Yeah. Every profession has its own regard, which, of course, societally should get. And I do not have any regret.
Okay, amazing stuff. Amazing. Well, somewhere, I'm proud that we sent you to school. No. That's beautiful, really. Okay. So, I mean, I feel like this question that is in the minds of so many people, you're in the perfect position to answer. Okay. So lately, we've seen people come out to raise funds for actors from the older generation, and we've had a lot of people talk that wait, we see new actors just get into the game today, and then tomorrow they are buying themselves cars and all. I mean, you have a father who is very old in the industry. We were, some of us were even still just learning or hoping to be, actors when daddy started acting, right? And you yourself, you are acting at the moment, so it feels like we have someone from the older generation at home, and we have a younger generation.
A friend of mine joked with me this week, and was like, my acting career is Gen Z.
No, but really,
Gen Z, actually. If I added 2 more years, my acting career would be millennial.
But people don't know, really. The funny thing is, yes, you started acting as a kid, right? But then, you wouldn't even know. You were smart as a kid, of course, but then maybe they were giving daddy the money or what not. And, no, seriously, I'm going somewhere. Okay, so, please. So many people now feel like, I mean, there was a lot being said on social media last week, for instance, where blogs were posting Mommy Jaye Kuti. She said something about the fact that you people should stop begging money for the older generation, stop doing stuff like this. I mean, I'm an actress too, I'm making money for myself, and so this and that. But so many people now came up. I mean, an actor even came up himself to say something about the fact that, he played some days to Christmas. He played, I think he was on set for 11 days. And he was so happy that, when he's leaving. You saw the video that he was going to get some things for his kids for Christmas. But when he was going, they gave him 3,000 naira. Yes. So, but now we have young actors or young, who just get into the industry now. And they are just, so what would you feel for somebody who has an experience? You have daddy at home, and I'm sure he has gisted you of how the payment was then, and you now being in the industry, you are being paid. Okay. So what's the difference? What do you think the issue is?
Okay, so I must say that I really like to be careful when I discuss things like this because I'm really sensitive. Now, the thing about it is, I would like to address young actors like me that coming into this industry, you need to understand that this is a profession that has no retirement package. Yeah. So you get to take from it what you have either saved from it or you have put into it. So,
did you say saved from it?
Yes.
So do you think that actors are well paid enough to even save from
now, when
what
I
they
say
get?
save from it, I do not mean what you are paid at the moment, because there is no way you could save from what you're being paid at the moment. However, the real thing we get from this industry that becomes ours, our property, is our intellectual property rights. And the earlier we all wake up to intellectual property rights, the better for everybody. Because now let me say, for the sub-industry that I'm very conversant with, the Yoruba film industry, for example, is an industry that has been around for a very long time, but has not seen significant expansion in the area of monetary gain for actors, for crew members. And why? It's simple. It's because there is no working business model. Business model thrive on agreement.
No agreement though.
No agreement. I mean,
sometimes
people,
you go on set, you don't even know how much you're going to be paid.
you will
Just
finish
go.
the work, and then the PM will now call you into the corner of one balcony. You know, so now they will begin to discuss with you there. And then when you protest what they give to you, it looks like So there is, of course, it might look like the actor in question is being shortchanged, but invariably it's a problem for the entire industry.
Yeah.
Because nobody will grow, and when nobody grows, the industry doesn't grow. So no investor will bring their money into that kind of a place. So you wonder why some people bring so much money and then they don't see anything for it. No growth, no business model. So, but look at the English side of it, for example. I can boldly say that there is lesser display of passion like it is in the Yoruba side, but there is more to show for it in the area of profitability because there is a working model. Which is business oriented. There is agreement for every person.
Yeah.
So that way we are able to track our growth from the last project to this present project.
I was even going to, before you mentioned, I'm glad you mentioned, like you're working in spirits with me, because I was going to ask you that, I mean, I see that, you know, you're a big boy and then you must drop money before you go, but it's all fine.
Amazing.
Like, I see that you've been able to penetrate into the English industry.
Okay.
And I see that, I mean, there's this movie that's recent from the English industry,
Yeah.
even though, like, I don't think you acted in it, but you wrote the script, the cinema project.
Yeah,
That's
it's
big.
different stuff.
Oh, you wow, long. But I mean, so there's been this rumor of, you know, English actors pay more, like English actors are paid more, you know, than Yoruba actors, English actors. So is that true?
Well, I don't get to see Yoruba actors pay check as often, so I don't know. But for me, my experience has been that I've gotten more encouraging pay from the English side than the Yoruba side.
Wow.
Yes.
But it's still Nollywood.
But as a crew member...
It's still Nollywood now. Is it not still Nollywood? Because English actors or English movie makers do not identify as a different name. We still call it Nollywood.
So I would say it this way. Ordinarily, because they make films in the lingua franca, it's easier for them to be accepted by a wider range of audience, which means more business opportunity for them. You get so, but because we are, don't let me say we. I mean, Yoruba filmmakers are, you know, they operate within a subculture. You know, that means there is a tighter environment where they are accepted. So in that sense, I cannot say they operate as the same. But I would say that what significantly marks them out is their approach to business. Film does not respond to language. It responds to execution. How do you film it? Omogeto has both the mix of Yoruba,
actors and
Igbo, all of those. But I mean, people will significantly relate with it because it was well done. Nobody cares about the language.
About the language, really.
You get. And then there are many films like that that we can see that they were not filmed in the lingua franca, so to speak, but we love them. We would watch them over and again. And Kulapo is one of them. You get. So Election Oba also, he went to Canada. It was filmed. It was screened there. That's why the fact that it was filmed in Yoruba language. So it's not really about the language.
So it's about the quality of what is being put out.
You put out.
Amazing stuff. Okay, so I mean, before I come back to my remaining questions, before we go to the game segment, I'd rather we just go and vibe to a song. And because you prepared me and told me that you're for the old school, don't worry, I came prepared.
I'm an old soul.
So please give us So You. You're ready to dance, Abby? Oh, in fact, you must dance this dance for us. Okay, guys, we'll be right back. Stay tuned. It's still the Vibe Zone with the Vibe Queen.
Mo ti sọ tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ pé Túndé Ìṣọ̀lá ni president báwọn alápàlà.
Okay, beautiful people, see, I told you people to go and get your dancing shoes. They were going to be digging it two like old songs, like better songs in
Yes.
Samuel's sentences, like in his words, like
Yes.
those were songs, like songs, like Banye. Beautiful people, it's still the Vibe Zone with the Vibe Queen, and guess what, guys? I'm chilling with one superstar actor, Samuel Olaseyin,
Thank you very
popularly
much.
known as
Samuel
Ajirebi, the son of the most respected actor, Pa James.
Thank
How do you
you.
even feel like when they just say, "Oh, my Pa James,"
Oh.
like they are greeting you as being a son to a star? You gone, you're not a star.
Na
Oh,
God,
wow.
my sister, na
Your
God.
family, yeah, you go.
Na God, my sister.
Okay, guys, if you're just tuning in, I mean,
Okay.
Samuel has answered a few questions, and we have a few more before we play some games. So, what would you regard as your greatest achievement so far?
Now, this might not be a conventional answer, but you know, my greatest achievement has been being able to transit successfully from a child actor into an adult actor. I know what it cost me. It took me 13 years of hard work to do.
Wow.
Yeah, so I could say that it's been my biggest achievement. Of course, yes, I might not have had the AMVC right now. I might not have had the AMA again because I had one as a child
Yeah,
actor.
as a child, I
but,
saw
but,
that
but,
when
the,
you
but the
posted
thing,
it.
yeah, but the thing is, being able to keep that same career
Yeah.
without much spoon. In fact, there was no spoon feeding, without any
You know, the funny thing is, this
chaperoning.
thing you talked about, you know, there are some times where, like, some blogs it just feels like they do a meeting or something. They decide to do it throwback.
I mean,
And throwback to, like, some very amazing child actors that we have. And the truth is, out of 10, it almost feels like maybe just 2 are still as relevant. We had people who are now, you know, they were superstars as
Yeah.
kids and now maybe practicing
Yeah,
law
yeah,
and all.
doing
but you're one
something
of
else
the few that, you
that
know,
could still stay
you're still
through.
in the industry. and
It's
we're
not
still
easy.
relevant.
It's really not easy being a child actor and then being able to transit to become an adult actor. Nah, it's not easy. So I count that to be my big achievement.
Okay, amazing. So what would you refer to as your most embarrassing experience in the industry so far?
In truth, I have a couple of them.
Okay, the most interesting one.
Okay, this might sound a little sad, but the problem is part of this story.
Okay.
So while I was trying to really come back, you know, I didn't know the degree to which, you know, people had lost respect for crafts and, you know, passionate people. So there was this PM who called me up for a job, and I came in all the way from a very far distance. I went to Ajah Baduri, and on getting there, he told me, well, Uncle Anta, I like to call him Daddy Anta because he is a daddy. So Daddy Anta, whom I was supposed to work with, would not be able to show up today. So you wouldn't be able to film today anymore. I'm like, okay, fine. Put me in. Where I came from is very far. He says, no, I can't put you in. You'd have to go home and come back. I'm like,
serious?
okay, so then give me money so I could go back. And he's like, no, I can't give you money. You didn't film today. So you go back, come back tomorrow. And then we can talk about you getting paid. And I came to that set with the very last kobo on me. So I literally had to trek from Badore back to Ajah Underbridge.
Are you serious?
Yes, I am.
That's quite a distance.
Yes, I did. So upon getting there, I called a friend of mine to probably come help me or something. And then when my friend came around, instead of helping me, you know, something what's up, blah, 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 he came with, acting is not by force. You decided to do it. So don't disturb me, please.
Hey,
I also have blah,
a
blah,
guy
blah,
or
blah,
a
blah.
girl? No, you need to tell me. I need to know. Because it has to be a girl.
A girl.
Oh, no. It's lady.
Now, it's more painful. It's more painful that it's a girl. Because, you know, if you were to be a guy like me,
Yeah.
I feel, you know,
Una go rough am. That's
but
why I asked that
a
question.
girl says that to you. I mean,
It's embarrassing.
it was a crushing moment. So, yeah, that was it.
Omo, that's actually quite sad. Like,
Yeah.
Omo, hey, instead of you to just help me, yeah, still now. Okay, so lastly, before we go into the game segment, if you could change anything about the industry, what would that be?
I'll change the reward system.
Amazing stuff.
Yeah, I'll change the reward system.
Amazing.
And that would start first from the reward that goes to people who market and also double as executive producers, you can only do one. So one comes to you, face one of the businesses, and then let us make the EP role corporate. So we know the person who does this is not emotional about distribution, and then the person who distributes faces the business. So the reward comes to you due to your work. So that way, producers will be able to have what they should have, and they'll be able to give to actors what they should get.
Really.
So.
Okay, amazing. So the next segment, how well do you know yourself?
I'm even just getting to know myself. I don't know myself that much.
Are you saying this so that if you fail, people will know that oh God, you don't know yourself?
I don't even know myself that much.
You know yourself. Why would you know yourself?
My sister, I don't know myself that much.
You don't know yourself that much.
But you can help me to meet myself.
No. Me, I will not help you. Me, I've helped you thus far. You see this particular segment, after you are on your own.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to go on a break, and when we come back in 3 minutes, I'm going to ask you a lot of questions.
Okay.
Like, I would want to know how many questions about yourself that you can answer in 3 minutes. But I mean, so that I can give you time, because I can see that you're anxious, right? So I'm going to go on a break. Let's vibe to a song, and then when we come back, we're going to go straight into the game. Are you ready for me? Okay, DJ.
Can I
please
vibe
kindly start with Konko Below. Okay, hey. In fact, actually, you did not lie when you said that we had good songs. Like, I'm not saying we don't have like amazing songs now, but you see, back then,
Holy Father.
my leg hurts. Like, Moti Jojo. Okay, guys, welcome back to the Vibe Zone with the Vibe Queen. And yes, you're tuned into Voice Tome, and I've got an amazing superstar in the building. I've got Samuel Olasende, aka Samuel Ajirebi. And we're about to, have so much fun. Right? Okay, so before the break, I mentioned that, away from the questions now, we want to get to know how much Samuel knows himself. So we're going to be using a timer, including me that I'm asking the question and the answer. You must be able to finish all these questions in 3 minutes. 3 minutes, you ain't go pay. 60 seconds, you're going to share now. Yes, now. It should be about yourself.
It's like 1 hour. Because
no time to think. Actually, me only get kini by.
Let's go.
Timekeeper, please put it 2 minutes. 3 minutes is too much. Are you ready for me? Once it's time up, just do your hand like this. Let me know.
Holy Father.
Are you ready for me?
Let's go.
Okay, so as fast as you can. The first question. A short story that you shot for Techno Camon was titled... Oti fail. Ranti. Number 2. You scripted a movie recently that was produced by Ayaba Odoye. What's the title?
Different Strokes.
3 star actors on the poster of Different Strokes.
G. Mike, Mercy Johnson, Ayaba Odoye.
Okay. You recently shared a teaser of You were stark naked. You were putting on just black pants. What's the title of that movie?
Atunida.
Okay. Title of the series Between You and Your Dad?
Baba and Bobo.
Oh, shit. What date is Dad's birthday?
May 15.
First film appearance in the year 1997. The title.
Okay.
Okay, so there's this popular scene that goes viral. There's this popular scene that goes viral each time that reminds people of your childhood. And there's this line that you said. Just kindly recite the line.
Is it your lane? Okay. Bami, or just taso. Timoni your lane. What's the lane? That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, see it in my time.
Wait, I'm purposely you because time you can't see delayed you.
Did you hear something?
2 recent posts of yours talked about any 2 recent posts as far as is on the second line.
Okay. Talked about.
Yeah, give me like things you talked about. 2 of your latest posts on Instagram.
Okay, Okoto, the series, and then I also talked about me playing with my beard somewhere.
No, this 2 minutes is too much. Question are finished. Time has not up.
Oh!
Timekeeper, are you doing this timing well? Because me, I don't understand though. How come Samuel?
Anyway, the first question.
Time just finished.
The answer is not.
You are afraid. Inye, at least Inye move compensate Arami. You cannot 2 minutes check me. No, you said he ignored after 2 minutes. That is to say you got 9/10. He still passed mark. Anyway, thank you so much for being on this particular episode of the Vibe Zone with me. I had so much fun, and I wish you the best.
Thank you very much.
In your career.
Thank you.
And yes, please do send our love to Daddy. Tell him we love him so much.
With all love, he would
he
receive
made
it.
our childhood so amazing. Anyway, last word to your fans.
I really appreciate every single person who has ever rooted for me, every person who has ever seen what I do, who appreciates my craft, and I say that I do not take it for granted. Keep watching, keep supporting. A whole lot is still there to be delivered to you. You've seen nothing. Come along.
They said we should come along. Go here now, let me stand up and
Let us be going. Okay,
guys, thank you so much. You know what to do. If you're yet to download the VoiceTone app, please download the VoiceTone app so that you don't miss out of interesting shows like this. You can tune in live. And yes, if you're yet to follow us on our social media platforms, please do so at VoiceTone. You can follow our guest on his social media platforms.
So on my Instagram, it's official Samuel Ajirebi. And on my Facebook, it is Samuel Olaoluwa Olaseyinde. So, and on Thread is official Samuel Ajirebi.
You're threading softly.
Yes.
In the words of Buki. Bukonko.
Official Samuel Ajirebi it is. And on Twitter, you can do what? Follow me on Samuel Ajirebi.
Okay, thank you so much. And yes, you can follow the Vibe Queen on Instagram, Omobolanle Adigun _ and on other platforms, it's Omobola_Val. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you, Samuel, for coming. Guys, do have an amazing weekend. Love you. From Sam and I, goodbye.
Yes.